talk. PM recovery. Booster commence terminal count.
We'll go. Engineering verified trajectory index 1.
Copy, boosters SE all ones.
Enabling onboard power.
All right, I think it was a little hard to hear there, but it sounds like we are go for terminal count, which is exciting. So the team is preparing to head into terminal count. That's the auto sequence is coming up here shortly. So, yeah, I mean, Alice, continue talking about this, the lunar experiments that we're doing on board and how we're. I mean, you were saying about like the way that we're doing these experiments is great because it's so scaled down and a lot more achievable on New Shepard than it is for us to just go to the moon.
Yeah, absolutely. We're watching the clock here, T-minus 6 minutes, but let's dive into those technologies that it's going to take to get back to the moon. Specifically, we're talking about things like in situ resource utilization, or ISRU, dust mitigation, advanced habitation systems, sensors and instrumentation, small spacecraft technologies, as well as entry, descent, and landing technologies. Now, that's quite a full range of lunar testing that we're able to do today.
Yeah, it's amazing. The simulating the moon's gravity up till now was only possible for a few seconds with centrifuges or parabolic flights. So between that and actually going to the moon sits New Shepard. It's kind of filling that sweet spot in the middle, showing that these technologies can be tested at a lower cost with immediate results and over minutes of data collected, not just a few seconds.
Yeah, with this new capability, NASA can now expose their payloads to lunar gravity for a longer duration, like you said, Joel, about 2 minutes today, and they can test much larger payload sizes. On top of all of that, allows research to get their test results today, the same day, in just a few hours right after the capsule lands. So yeah, New Shepard is not just a launch vehicle. It's essential for making testing of technology possible for these teams.
Awesome. So with that, Alice, let's talk a little bit about the flight profile of New Shepard. It has a flight path that spans about 12 minutes total. And why don't you take us through, like, how does that go as we approach this terminal count moment here? Why don't you take us through the flight profile?
Yeah, here's the flight profile. The show starts at T0 in just about 4 minutes with the BE-3 engine propelling New Shepard off the launch pad in West Texas. We head to space, passing max Q, and about 2.5 minutes, we experience MECO, or main engine cutoff. At that point, the capsule separates from the booster, and it will continue its parabolic flight past the Kármán line and experiencing lunar G during that spin. While payloads in the capsule conduct their experiments, the booster descends faster due to its shape. It deploys air brakes, and the BE-3 engine relights for an autonomous landing on the pad. Meanwhile, the capsule starts re-entry at about 3.5 minutes after separation. Parachutes will deploy for a smooth landing, and once on the ground, the capsule is greeted by ground crew and the eagerly awaiting payload customers while the booster is getting ready for its next flight.
Every New Shepard flight has essentially the same profile, but every now and then, as you said, we do a little variation, and today, there's that fact we're giving the crew capsule that extra special lunar twist.
Yeah, I can't wait to see the results.
All right, with that, we are at T-minus 3 minutes and 15 seconds. We're very close to liftoff, so let's throw it to the rocket there as we await those final bit checks that we'll see all those actuating surfaces being finally tested as we approach the moment of liftoff. All right, welcome back. This is the NS-29 mission for New Shepard, the 29th for the program and the 14th payload flight for New Shepard. Very exciting. We are in auto sequence right now as the vehicle is basically taking over command of itself. It's becoming autonomous now.
Yeah, and you can see right there from this view that bridge retracting from the capsule. Always a great sign that we're really close to launch. Let's stand by and watch these beautiful views from West Texas. And there are the aft fin checks. You can see those moving back and forth. We do that right before liftoff to make sure we can steer the vehicle on ascent and descent. We're coming up here to T-minus 1 minute and 5 seconds. The vehicle's coming alive. You can hear that.
I know.
It's incredible.
The sounds of the launch pad.
With a keen eye, you might be able to see that engine nozzle gimbaling down there at the bottom.
Yep, I see it.
Hard to tell from this far, but beautiful views. All right, we're also keeping an eye on the pressures and temperatures in those propellant tanks. Both need to stay in that green zone, that go zone. All right, we're at T-minus 30 seconds and counting.
All right, Alice, well, here we go. It's time to hand it off to mission control now and launch this rocket.
T-minus 16, guidance internal.
NMT, we're going to go on this morning. Right.
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Commanded to start.
Station Houston
2,
on 2 for Nick
1.
and a quick follow-up.
And liftoff.
New Shepard has cleared the tower, heading to space. And you'll note the altitude and speed graphics that are appearing on the lower side of your screen there. They are tracking both vehicles together, specifically the crew capsule. Once we hit that moment of separation, it'll continue to track the crew capsule's speed. Now, the atmosphere, of course, is getting thinner and thinner as we approach space.
10,000 feet.
BE3 at the moment is approaching 100% power level. And next up, you're going to see max Q. This is the moment where the aerodynamic stress at the vehicle is on its maximum. As we do that, the BE3 engine is going to throttle back just a little bit as we pierce through the atmosphere. And we've passed max Q. So at this point, BE3 is back to 100% of its power. It's accelerating faster and faster as it reaches up through the thinner, higher upper atmosphere. And about, the payloads are experiencing about 3 Gs on the flight at this moment in time. About a minute, 45 seconds of boost so far. Now, the velocity meter, as you can see, is not correct. We're going much faster than 25 miles per hour, so ignore that. Trust your eyes as you watch that vehicle fly. These onboard views are very helpful to see, as you can see the Earth descending away from the camera there. All right, we've hit MECO. Main engine cutoff. Shortly here, we'll see separation. All right, that's the 0 G indicator there means that we have reached separation. of the two vehicles, and now the crew capsule and the booster are now coasting to their apogees simultaneously, and you can see that clean separation now between those two vehicles. Very, very pretty. That's a good, clean view.
The capsule at this point will begin its spin up for the payloads inside to experience not zero G today, but lunar G.
It's a little hard to see from this camera view, but we can't wait to see those results. Now, the booster has begun its descent. You can see that booster is making, there's a lot of separation there between the crew capsule, the top picture, and the booster down below. The data that you're seeing now is needs to be refreshed on the screen, so apologies for that, but the booster is going to land about 2 miles north of the launch pad down in West Texas, right back at the launch site.
And I'm hearing that the crew capsule is at full lunar G roll, so it has reached full lunar G, those payloads experiencing that, conducting their experiments, doing all the science that they've waited months and years for in some cases.
That's right. Yes, we've been looking forward to this flight for a very long time. Now, you notice the last time we tried to do this launch, there was a cloud cover. Today, there's no clouds, so our long-range cameras are able to clearly see the view all the way up to space and track both vehicles together. And you can see that booster is descending. Now, it's at this point in time, it's re-encountering the atmosphere, and it'll begin using its steering fins to be able to guide it autonomously all the way back to the launch pad, or not the launch pad, but the landing pad, which is very, very much nearby, about 2 miles north of the launch pad.
At this point, the capsule has also reached its apogee, and it is still spinning, but it will begin to slow down as it and stop spinning as we re-enter the atmosphere here shortly.
It's a very clean, long shot from our long-range camera on the ground in West Texas. Now we're tracking the vehicles now. This camera here is looking at the booster as it's descending. You can see those wedge fins have deployed off of the top of the ring fin. And so it's able to steer its way back, and shortly here we should see booster relight. All right, here's a nice side-by-side to see the crew capsule on the left side and the booster on the right side of your screen as they're both descending. The booster is winning that race to the ground. It's nearing the ground right now. Those air brakes have deployed, which is really cutting the booster's velocity down. Again, ignore the stats that you see on the screen. Those are not accurate today. All right, there's engine relight. And touchdown. All right. Love to see that. A clean booster touchdown. And then here's the crew capsule.
Yep, we got eyes on the capsule. As you've noticed, it stopped its spinning. maneuver. The payload's inside. We are re-entering the atmosphere. We've experienced up to 5 Gs on descent. We're awaiting parachute deployment. Let's take a look.
There's the drogue deployment.
And there you see the main parachutes being pulled out by those drogues.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. We love to see it. Now, if you've got a keen eye, you might note the parachutes have a slightly new design.
And you can see one of those is lagging on its inflation, but that's all right. We've designed the system to have backups to the backups. This system can safely land with fewer than 3 parachutes. So we're going to continue following this as it approaches the West Texas desert, and it looks to me like the stats that you're seeing on the screen are accurate there for the capsule descent. That's the correct expected descent speed for the capsule after the parachutes have deployed, right about 16 miles an hour. You can see this is a shot from one of our drones. You're seeing the little bit of a helicopter, the blade of the drone there.
Yeah, now as we descend under parachutes, now they are essential for providing a gentle touchdown of our capsule, but like Joel said, we've got many backup systems. One of the nominal systems we use for touchdown is our retro thrust system. That might kick up a little bit of dust here. Let's take a look.
And that third chute looks like it has now inflated, which is great. And touchdown. All right.
Beautiful touchdown of the capsule today on our 29th mission here. Incredible to see. Now our capsule recovery team is currently driving out in a convoy. They're going to meet the capsule. They're going to safe the vehicle and open the hatch and extract some of the payloads today.
Well, that was a great day watching this new vehicle fly to space and back. Not new vehicle, but this new combination of our payloads capsule along with our newest booster. And let's not forget, we want to see, millions of people living and working in space in the future. And so New Shepard is also, even though we were watching a great payload flight happen today in front of our eyes, New Shepard's also designed to take astronauts to space. And so if you would like to purchase a seat on a future ride to space, just visit blueorigin.com and click the Fly to Space button. Your own journey to visit the Kármán line may be closer than you think.
Yeah, and if you'd like to join our team and help us build a road to space, we've got hundreds of positions open across all of our manufacturing facilities from coast to coast, Florida, Alabama, West Texas, and Washington. Just visit us at blueorigin.com/careers.
And there's more. If you liked what you saw today, we have some great gear available, including a very cool mission patch. There it is in the middle there. This one's a cool one. It features a crescent moon at the top, which it represents the lunar.
Through the dark we rise and soar,
for joining us today. Until our next launch, Gradatum Verocitor.
The oceans to the skies, endless fire burns in our eyes. Beyond the stars we chase the light, with fearless hearts through endless nights. No frontier can hold us down. The universe is our playground. Mountains high and oceans deep, secrets in the void we keep. Every step a tale to weave, for those who dare, who still believe. Beyond the stars we chase the light, with fearless hearts through endless nights. No frontier can hold us down. The universe is our playground. Is our playground. Mountains high and oceans deep, secrets in the void we keep. Every step a tale to weave, for those who dare, who still believe. Beyond the stars we chase the light, with fearless hearts through endless night. No frontier can hold us down. The universe is our playground. Echoes call from far away, guiding ships through cosmic sway. With every launch a new sunrise, the quest for knowledge never dies. Beyond the stars we claim the skies, bound by hope that never dies. To worlds unknown we'll make our mark, lighting flames within the dark.
Three, two, one.